This is your left brain. This is your right brain. Connected by 100 billion neurons, they formed the supercomputer that is responsible for all of your thoughts, decisions, and emotions. Every second, every day. And that means it is also responsible for everything that shapes your happiness. More money, better health, endless energy, the freedom to do everything you want, whenever you want. At the same time, your supercomputer is also the one causing all the negativity that took part in your life. Always making the wrong decision, stuck in an unwanted job, feeling stressed out all the time, getting sick over and over again. It sucks. But what if I tell you that you can control your supercomputer to help shape your own happy destiny, where success, health, wealth, and all your other life goals actually happens? Stay with me for a bit and you will find out why your supercomputer is the answer to everything you want in life, and why law of attraction isn't working for you. You see, your conscious mind refers to the thoughts and actions you can control and are aware of. However, your subconscious mind is a reservoir of feelings, thoughts, urges, and memories that you are not aware of. And because most of the contents in your subconscious mind are unpleasant. The feelings of pain, anxiety, conflict. You feel emotionally and physically uncomfortable whenever you try to change or do anything new. That's why your law of attraction book is sitting at a corner collecting dust. It's not working the way you hoped it would be, right? I know, because we've all been there. And here's the simplest reason why it doesn't work for you. The law of attraction teaches you to control your conscious mind, but it cannot reprogram your subconscious. No matter how many times you tell yourself, I will get that promotion, or I will start feeling better about myself. No matter how much you want to believe that the law of attraction is working for you, just like it did for your friends, you don't feel it. Because like I said, the law of attraction can't reprogram your brain's defense mechanism, its anxiety, its deepest fears, and conflicts. All along, the human race has been led to believe that we can achieve anything we want if we never give up. Smarter, richer, happier, land that dream job, retire early. Well, guess what? I was one of those guys who would work and keep telling myself positive vibes only. Did all that positive affirmation thing make me smarter, richer, or happier? No. It just made me look like an idiot in a suit. And worse, it made me seem like a bad manager who couldn't care less or relate to my subordinates who are facing hardships. The big blow came when I got laid off and my fiance left me. That's when I realized that no matter how much I think I am in control of my actions, beliefs, and my faith, I have no control over my instincts, my sixth sense, my deepest fears, my gut feeling. Have you felt like no matter how kindly you treat yourself, you find yourself constantly making the wrong decisions? Constantly missing opportunities? Constantly falling for lies even though you've been cautious? Constantly feeling like your relationship is strained no matter how much you try? What is the actual problem? What is it that prevents you from easily achieving what you want? The financial freedom, the career you want to pursue, the cure to your high blood pressure, the satisfaction of your spouse. I'm telling you, it's your brain, your subconscious mind. Your brain is far more capable than you think, and the scientists know all about its mysteries. It is technically and officially the most powerful supercomputer in the world, and doctors are discovering something new about it every day. One of science's latest discovery about the brain is this: 100 billion neurons with roughly 1 quadrillion or 1 million billion connections are actively processing information as long as we live, contrary to past beliefs that only a portion of it was active. But in modern centuries, there are lesser and lesser opportunities for the human race to fully utilize our brains. So much so that the true power of our brains has simply vanished. Can you believe it? Your brain was supposed to shape your destiny, but you don't even have full control over it. Here's why you should follow me through this short presentation. I'll show you the scientific reason behind why your brain isn't giving you everything you want, and how a simple, actionable, and scientifically proven solution will allow you to regain control of your life. The best part is that this approach has nothing to do with going against your spiritual beliefs, meditation, or visualization, or even the law of attraction. This is brain science. When we explore the functions of our left and right brain, it is common to assume that you have a dominant side. I'm sure you've heard of this long perpetuated myth. The left brain are those who lean on logic, analysis, and detail. And the right-brained people are creative, spontaneous, and subjective. I say myth because this has been debunked in 2013 through a study of 1,000 brains in an MRI scan. But people still believe in this sort of thing. So here's the truth. Your brain only weighs 3 pounds. It makes up only around 2% of your body weight. But it uses as much as 20% of your body's energy. Why? As I mentioned multiple times, your left and right brain are two supercomputers operating as one integrated system. Scientists keep referring to them as computers because your brain actually functions on electricity generated by your 100 billion neurons firing around the clock. Naturally, if there is electrical activity, wave emissions are inevitable. Have you heard of neural oscillation? In layman terms, neural oscillation literally means brainwaves. And this is exactly what I want to help you discover today, to understand how to influence these brainwaves to shape your destiny. But first, I have to clarify with you, I am not a neuroscientist, but I am the patient of one who has helped me overcome my subconscious and made me who I am today. My name is Andrew Jakovic. My mom passed away in an accident when I was still 6, and I was left with a drunk dad, so I never had a father figure. I became a problem student, a bully, who projected my own fears and jealousy upon other students. I hung around drug addicts, always had a joint. I didn't even get through the first year of high school. I became a small-time thief. I was not proud of it. You know, the kind of deviant kid you'll think has no future. I could blame my circumstances or beat them. That's what one of my youth workers told me. So I beat them as hard as I can. I took the offer from him to work at a local restaurant, seeing that he took the risk to hire me despite my background. I was underpaid, but that's all right because, I was given a second chance. Beggars can't be choosers. Eventually, I did sort of climb my way out of misery, from working my way up and finally be entitled to minimum wage. But I was still miserable. I kept hearing people telling me to work hard, work smart, be proactive, work on my soft skills. The kind of shit we keep telling the young and broke and homeless. I did just that, but it wasn't enough. Eventually, I was depressed and contemplated suicide. At this point, I was working as a door-to-door salesman when I met Dr. Abigail, a retired neuroscientist who offered me the opportunity to understand her groundbreaking research on brainwaves. This was 20 years ago when people were still highly skeptical of intangible things, like brainwaves. I still remember very clearly the first words she spoke to me about the research. She explained in such a simple way a third grader would be able to understand. While it is true that our past is what made us who we are today, it is also our past that is not making us who we want to be. Because what we remember and what we deem as our memories aren't what we think it is. Your brain reconstructs your memory and fills in missing details and major points based on how you are currently feeling. That means your memory is altered every single time you revisit it. It resonated so much with me. I'm only seeing what my brain wants me to see. We humans are born a storytelling animal. Our brain likes to define who we are by scrambling and reassembling our memories into a plot it likes. If you are the main character of a novel, your brain is the writer, constantly editing the chapters that have already happened, just to ensure that the remainder of the book, aka your future, continues in the same theme. If you think your life is a tragedy, your brain wants it to remain as a tragic story. Any honest compliment that comes your way will eventually become a memory of insult. On the other hand, if you are a sunny and positive person, past insult would seem like a backhanded compliment when you recall that memory. But whether you are a positive or a negative person is highly dependent on your early childhood development, which is beyond your control. Even so, I have good news for you. You're not here to learn what you can't change, your childhood. You are here to regain control of your life. By changing the way we process memories, we can actually reset our own course of future. In other words, to regain control of your very own destiny. But who's responsible for the memory processing? You've probably guessed right. The answer is, again, your brain, the supercomputer. Whether it was luck that brought me to Dr. Abigail's office, or perhaps her brain has been calling for a willing subject to show up. By learning how to recalibrate my brain, I managed to rewrite my little sad story into a much happier version, where I now run a successful business, have a happy wife and 3 children, living a life that I never once thought was possible for someone like me. And in the next few minutes, you will learn to rewrite your own story as well. Now back to science. Your brain is continuously learning, but as a child, you learned new skills much faster compared to now as an adult. That's because at a young age, your brain is like a brand new computer, a clean slate. At birth, your brain consists of 100 billion neurons, scattered and waiting to be connected. As your brain is actively developing, learning different skills such as walking, talking, and how the world works, billions of connections are established. Every time you learn something new, the brain triggers a new circuitry connection to transfer and process the information. But as you mature, neurons that are used to growth are kept, while the ones that aren't needed are stashed away. Much like a computer or a smartphone slowing down the more frequent you use it. So what happens when your computer slows down? You upgrade it. You can do the same thing to your brain, to give its operating system a total upgrade. This is exactly what Dr. Abigail did for me. I didn't understand a thing back then when I first met her, but I desperately wanted to know how to change. I kept her name card and found her office. I went to her office because she kept talking about reshaping my own reality. So for the next 30 days, I went to visit her for half an hour every day for what I assumed was a counsel therapy. But we just sat there, with calm music playing in the background, as she enthusiastically talked about all that brain science stuff I didn't understand. It made me wonder, how would these sessions help with my depression at all? She didn't explain a single thing on how she's going to help me cure depression, let alone shape my own reality. There was literally only one day where I talked about my past. The rest of the day, it was her doing the talking. I didn't complain because it was free. I was a willing subject. But as the days go by, I noticed small changes in my thought process. Every time I visit her, I felt better than I did yesterday. I started to have some great ideas to selling my product. I felt more confident about facing rejections without feeling dejected. I was highly skeptical because I've never felt so good in my life. Was it a placebo effect? Was it a confirmation bias? Like how people believe in astrology and horoscopes. I was sure I wasn't in love with her too. What the hell was it, I remember thinking. So I went back to ask Dr. Abigail what did she do? Did she hypnotize me or put something in my drink? Her answer blew my mind, and that kickstarted my whole journey and obsession with brainwaves. Brainwave patterns are exactly how neurologists study our brain activity. And what if I tell you that you can alter your brainwaves to regain control of your life? To be in charge of your emotions, to not let your past determine your future. This is not exactly a groundbreaking innovation. In fact, what I am going to show you has already been used in many different cultures for hundreds of years, long before scientists were able to measure our brainwave patterns. In the form of drum beats and melodious chanting. But don't worry, that's not what you're going to learn today. What you are going to learn doesn't require any effort at all. Literally, all you need to do is to listen. That was Dr. Abigail's very secret. Apparently, for the 30 days, she's been feeding me different background audios in an attempt to reprogram the way my brain processes memories. In her own words, these audios helped strengthen my interneurons' connection and activity. The results of her experiment on me went on to help her write a groundbreaking thesis in how isochronic tones can recalibrate the human brain. She calls it brain entrainment, but I much prefer to call it brain recalibration. Neurologists and scientists identified 5 different types of brainwaves. The alpha brainwaves that are present in a state of deep relaxation. The beta brainwaves associated with our waking consciousness and reasoning. The theta brainwaves that are present in deep meditation and light sleep. The delta brainwaves that is experienced in deep, dreamless sleep. And lastly, the gamma brainwaves, often associated with bursts of insights and high-level information processing. Like a symphony, they work together to create harmony, with delta, the lowest frequency brainwave, acting as the drum, and gamma, the highest frequency brainwave, acting as a high-pitched flute. You see, in an orchestra, no one instrument is more important than the other. Likewise, no one type of brainwave is more superior than the other. They are all important because they are the result of electrical activities from our neurons. But more often than not, most people's brainwaves are not in sync. For example, people whose brainwaves reports show high level of activity by the beta brainwave were often in a perpetual state of despair and anxiety. And I'm not talking about the kind of mental illness where drugs are prescribable. I'm referring to the helplessness and worry that is not chronic enough to be diagnosed by doctors, but real enough to be felt every day. The question now is this: what are your options when words of encouragement can't give you tangible, real-world results? My answer for you is this: only by taking the brain recalibration in a systematic approach, you can enhance the way your brain's symphony work together in a harmonious balance. Only then, your brain is able to unlock your fullest potential to unlimited opportunities that you never knew existed. Now listen carefully. The full potential of your brain recalibration can be achieved with this 4-week manifestation program, a program that Dr. Abigail and I collaborated and perfected over years of trial and error and research. But unlike any other tools or programs that promise you instant results, our program requires you to follow a routine every day for 28 days. 28 days is not long at all, considering you are going to undo all false memories stored in your subconscious mind throughout your entire life. I will be lying in the name of science if I told you there's a quick and easy and painless method to fix that instantly. We don't just want to teach you how to solve a problem on a surface level. We want this to be the only solution you need that tackles straight to the root of the problem. Discipline yourself these 4 weeks. And believe me, this is all you will ever need to lead a better life than you are having now. You will see yourself making more money by performing better at work. You could even transform your business by spotting the right partners. Or you could even finally understand the right way to make your marriage work. In the next 4 weeks, your brain will undergo a systematic calibration. You'll be exposed to various sounds with different wavelengths, designed to calibrate the 5 different brain waves that exist within your brain. These sounds are known as isochronic tones, widely regarded as the most effective method for brain entrainment. You might not have heard of isochronic tones, but you have probably heard about another brainwave calibration method known as binaural beats, whereby you have to wear headphones to receive different tones sent into each ear. These tones are mixed together inside your head by your brain, thus resulting in a pulse or a beat that your brain tricks you to hear. However, as I mentioned earlier, it must be listened to with stereo headphones to achieve its intended effect. Without a headphone, binaural beats will have close to zero effect. On the other hand, you don't need any headphones or earphones for isochronic tones to be effective. Here's a sample of what isochronic tones sound like. You see, isochronic tones incorporate a single tone which turns on and off at regular intervals, like a metronome. And since isochronic tones do not utilize two tones, you do not need to be tied down by a headphone with a cord. Another benefit of playing these tones over speakers is that they make you listen with your entire body, not just your ears. Those of us with normal hearing may not be aware, but the sound vibrations in the air do have certain effect on our bodies. This is one of the reasons why deaf people love going to concerts, to listen to music with their bodies. So what's next? This 4-week manifestation program is simple. 4 weeks, 8 soundtracks that last about a half an hour each. All you need to do is to follow through a specific schedule each day. No thinking required. No interference. And no positive affirmations needed. Just play it over your open speakers or headphones. You are free to do whatever it is you are doing while listening to the tones, not necessarily meditate or sleep or yoga. Work, jogging, surfing the net, browsing Facebook, anything. Each soundtrack is designed to seek out different brainwaves and recalibrate its foundation, the very foundation of how your brain processes data and memories. I am the living testimony of this 4-week manifestation program. After 30 days with Dr. Abigail, it was apparent to me that whatever she was doing worked. The past doesn't haunt me anymore. I feel like a better man. I feel empowered. Even though money didn't fall from the sky at the end of those 30 days, I started closing more sales. I met a guy who later turned out to be the biggest investor in my new business. I met the woman of my dreams, now the mother of my 3 children. At the peak of my life, about 5 years into enjoying my newfound success in my business and my life, I got hit by Eureka! What if Dr. Abigail's program is released to the public? We can help so many people achieve bigger success. We can help those who've hit the plateau to get their much-needed breakthrough. So I called Dr. Abigail to ask her permission, but she didn't really like the idea of releasing her ideas into the public. People will be skeptical, she said. But I tried my best to convince her into helping more people like me. And the rest is history. Here we are with the 4-week manifestation to help you achieve a worry-free life of abundance, to perform better at work, increase sexual desire, improve body metabolism rate. Just imagine a renewed life full of energy that you can manifest into real life whatever success you desire. All feasible in just 4 weeks, 8 soundtracks, and 30 minutes each day. I need you to understand that this 4-week manifestation program is not an instant shortcut that will grant you instant success. Don't expect a prosperity windfall immediately, or for the pain of depression to go away. The 4-week manifestation program simply gives your brain an extra boost to reset your subconscious mind. I will break it down for you to understand what happens to your brain each week while you're engaging with the program. Week 1, the cleansing week. We begin the program by first cleansing your mind. This will help you remove all the toxicity, the anger, frustrations, and grief. This is the first reset everyone needs to go through before continuing with the rest of the brain recalibration. Just like the construction of a skyscraper, you need to remove all the bad soils to ensure a proper foundation can be set, to make sure your skyscraper is built on solid ground. Week 2. The Foundation Week. This is where things start to get a little bit more fun. At this point, the manifestation program's objective is to lay the very foundation needed for your brain to be able to rewrite your present and create your future. After the cleansing stage in the first week, it is time to tell the neurons in your brain to re-establish how the brain processes our memories, existing knowledge, and new information. This time without interference of all the negative emotions. Week 3. The Calibration Week. Now that the connection of the huge network within your brain is properly laid up and restructured, your brain starts to learn about writing. Remember that you are the main character of your own story, and your brain is your writer? You are now teaching your brain how to write the present the way you want it, without all the negative huff. This is the stage where you start thinking about what you want to achieve in life, and your brain will start setting things in motion. Week 4. Take control. The final week of the 4 weeks program is where you finally regain control. We cannot always control the feelings we have, but now you can control how you relate those feelings. You control the direction where your mind takes you to, and you decide your own future course. Abundance, health, success. You are now the master of your life. Again, this 4-week manifestation program is based on science, so we don't promise fake, instant results. Now, I'd like to give this program away for free, but I am not going to lie. The reality is that I'm still running a business and I got a lot of families under my payroll. Dr. Abigail and I have been discussing back and forth on what would be the right price. A price that is enough to push the skeptics away, but still affordable to most. So we considered how much it would cost you if you decided to go for a counseling session with a neurotherapist instead. You would most likely be charged a minimum of $200 an hour, and nothing is guaranteed. Then we considered what you would pay to attend all the Law of Attraction seminars. Thousands of dollars for a one-day session. Again, nothing is guaranteed. After rounds of discussion, we decided that $99 will be the price of our product. But because I've just launched this online and I want you to be the first among your friends to enjoy it, I'm going to price this at a promotional deal of only $47. Yes, for a 4-week program, you're paying an average of only $1.60 per day. That's less than the price of a cup of coffee. With only $1.60, think about how much you would save on other useless programs that overpromise but never deliver. With only $1.60, think about the happiness that would follow once your brain is recalibrated. And most importantly, with this $1.60, you will be helping Dr. Abigail and I to reach out and help even more people. My goal is to introduce this program to third world countries, collaborate with their local NGOs to educate them, and create more jobs for those people who need a way out of poverty. But ask yourself, can you really slap a price on happiness and true manifestation? If you are still thinking whether this would work for you, how about a 60-day guarantee? That's right, 60 days money-back guarantee, no questions asked. I want you to take a second and think about what you are unhappy about now. Then take another second to think about how you would like it to change. In the next 28 days, you will notice your perception of your circumstances slowly shifting away from sadness and anxiousness, and you will feel the changes that is happening for the better. Maximum result with minimum effort in your career, health, and relationship, because everything you are doing eventually plays out according to your plan. This is not the law of attraction. This is not magic. This is just your brain at work when it is recalibrated. Truth be told, in order for you to hit a jackpot, you would still need to make the first move to buy a ticket. Now, we're not promising you jackpots or windfalls or instant cash of any sort. But what our program promises here is the endless abundance that you will feel when you start to achieve all of your goals, one by one, right after your brain has gotten its recalibration. Because you now have more energy daily. Absorb new information and skills rapidly. Experience better sleep quality to kickstart yet another great day. Easily release stress and worries like they were never there in the first place. If you do not feel even the slightest change after 60 days, you will be entitled to a full refund under our 60-day money-back guarantee policy. You have nothing to lose, but everything and much more to gain. And that's not all. When you purchase our 4-week manifestation program today, you will also receive 2 bonus tracks that you can use anytime, anywhere. Bonus number 1, digital sleeping pill. It is what it is. At different stages of our lives, we experience difficulty falling to sleep every now and then. This bonus track of 60 minutes takes your brain into a state of deep sleep. We all know how it feels like in the morning if we had a hard time falling asleep. That awful feeling, irritation, sometimes grumpy, it's almost like a hangover. And naturally, the day goes to waste with us feeling tense and unproductive. Now, say goodbye to all the after effects of not being able to sleep well with digital sleeping pill. Bonus number 2, digital caffeine. That's right, it's the polar opposite of the digital sleeping pill. During times when you want to stay wide awake and laser focused, your brain drifts off to Wonderland. If that happens often enough to irritate you and drag you down in terms of productivity, the digital caffeine is exactly the brain booster to increase your alertness and responsiveness. There you have it, 2 special tracks that help you beat sleepiness and restlessness. And I'm not going to just slap a price onto each of the tracks just to convince you, because I believe you've already understood what you will be getting. 4 weeks, 8 tracks, 30 minutes each, with 2 bonuses of 60 minutes each. Just click or tap on the button below and you'll get instant access to the 4-week manifestation program and the 2 bonuses. So to sum it up, our 4-week manifestation program consists of 2 tracks of 30 minutes each for cleansing, 2 tracks of 30 minutes each for foundation, 2 tracks of 30 minutes each for calibration, 2 tracks of 30 minutes each for taking control, bonus digital sleeping pill 60-minute, bonus digital caffeine 60-minute. All yours for only a small price of $1.60 a day over the course of 30 days. A small trade-off in exchange for a total renewal of your mind to unlock the achievements you want that will last you a lifetime. The first noticeable result you will experience is stress relief, an increase in your stress threshold. You will feel calm, focused, and optimistic. You will feel all these things because your brain is being fine-tuned, and this causes a change in your body's hormone levels. In case you weren't aware, your brain is directly responsible for the hormones produced in your body, and hormones are directly responsible for your moods, emotions, and physical feelings like hunger and pain tolerance. So yes, over time as you follow my program, you will find yourself experiencing enhanced vitality and youth in your age. You will enjoy the ability to think more effectively, be more creative, dive deeper into insights, feel more emotionally balanced. All in all, a holistic improvement in your body, mind, and soul. We've done all the researches and hard work for you. The last step is on you. So really, all you need to do now is to click on that button below and get instant access to this amazing program. Think about every minute and every second wasted for not acting now. I can't stress this enough, but if you are still searching for an instant manifestation program, look no further because this program is not an instant gimmick. What it is a true manifestation program. When you regain control of your brain, you also regain the power to shape your own destiny. Where happiness, success, health, wealth, and all your other life goals come into fruition, just the way the writer in your brain wants it to be. If this isn't what manifestation is supposed to be, I don't know what is. And if a long-lasting solution to true manifestation is what you seek, then you owe it to yourself to start 4-week manifestation immediately. Remember, your investment in 4-week manifestation is completely risk-free. You have a full 60 days to experience our brain recalibration program. Your wonderful journey to a life you desire is just on the other side of the button below. Click on the button and let's start making your dreams come true for real.